Welcome everyone, this is Red from 4 Guys in a Comic, and today we're going to be talking about Secret Empire United, #1. Yes, #1 by Jim Zub, and it also has a variant cover for it also. Let's take a peek at that one as well. Here we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and dive into this issue and see what it has in store for us. Well, this takes place, as you can see here, in the Sovereign Republic of New Titan. And for those of you that haven't been following along or doesn't exactly know what's been going on, Hydra Nation has basically taken over the country and has given part of the country, the West Coast area, to all the mutants. Okay, they've got their own little country going on, independent from Hydra, and there's a border set up to where people from Hydra Nation can't go into theirs, and mutants can't cross over into theirs. So it's kind of a little cool twist on things, and this story is basically taking place between the two nations and what's going to be happening. So you see here that a mutant is basically beating up a civilian, a non-mutant, and lies about it to the authorities, and the authorities go ahead and take that guy away, right? And while this is happening, there's a van that's driving to the border, all right? And we're not quite sure what's going on with that, so let's take a peek. Well, when the van gets there, as you can see from this nice two-page spread, that we have mutants fighting. Death to Hydra! Mutants fight for freedom! Alright, we have Sunfire, Random, and Frenzy, and they're all there to basically take down Hydra agents at the border. And they're taking them down, they're fighting, they're destroying the border, and, you know, saying they will never surrender. Well, who should step in but Superior Octopus? Oh yes. He has got a pretty cool looking uniform, I must say, alright? And he starts taking them all out one by one, and they capture Sunfire, and the other guys, they escape. So basically there, you know, he's just saying, okay, you know what, we don't need to chase after them, the border's secure, we're fine. We get back to the Hydra High Council in Hydra Nation, and there we have the Hive, the Kraken, Dr. Faustus, Armanzola, Viper, Madam Hydra, Zemo, and as well, Steve Rogers, Supreme Leader of Hydra, Hell Hydra. Alright, so and they're talking about, you know, this attack, you know, what are we going to do about it? It can't go unpunished. We have to retaliate. And everybody's kind of looking to Steve to see what to do. Well, and Zemo brings on a news report, you know, and basically showing how Sunfire is saying that this is only the beginning. We will not stay in a force reservation. Mutants will destroy the Hydra Nation. We'll be all victorious. Human bodies will litter the streets, and your blood will... Well, they stopped the playback there. So here's an open threat on the Hydra Nation. So, you know, everybody is like, yeah, we've got to retaliate. We've got to do something. Let's send a strike team. Let's do this. Let's do that. And, you know, Steve, he's like, no, we will not retaliate with force. Not yet. And he's like, I think I have a plan. All right. You know, I'll do something. Don't worry. So, jumping back over to the mutants, you know, we see Zorn, you know, King of New Titan, you know, talking with his council, you know, Sebastian Shaw, Archangel, and Beast, as kind of like, well, what's going on? You know, why did this team attack the border? We need to do something. Let's go back in there and free Sunfire. So Zorn's basically like, okay, yeah, put in a team that's highly qualified but expendable. Let's send them in there tonight and start getting these people out. And so he puts together a team, Magic, Boom Boom, Morrow, and Strong Guy. And in there, you know, Magic, she puts a cloaking spell, I guess you can say, to basically make them invisible so they can sneak into maximum security, which you can see in here. They break in there, and right as they're about ready to break out Sunfire, all of a sudden, boom, we have some Avengers show up. All right, and they're, you know, we have Taskmaster, Scarlet Witch, Vision, and Deadpool. You know, they're like, you know, we knew you were here the whole time, and you're not going anywhere. So they get into a fight, and it's not going so well for our Avengers. You know, Taskmaster gets taken down, and so does Scarlet Witch, Vision. You know, Deadpool gets bombs put down the back of his pants. You know, only Deadpool, right? So, as you can see here, you know, everybody's getting, you know, defeated slowly and surely. And Sunfire breaks free, and we see that they're getting ready to do another fight, and Taskmaster's like, oh, forget it. Get out of here. I'm not being paid enough for this stuff. So, the next morning, at the High Council, Steve Rogers like, how could this happen? How could the Avengers fail? Against a bunch of C-rated mutants? How is this even possible? And, of course, the Council's like, hey, you know what? We've got to send force. We've got to retaliate. We've got to do something. And Steve is like, yeah, I agree. I'm going to do something. And what does he do? Well, he gets in his limo and decides to go there by himself personally to go confront Zorn and see what can be done about all this. So he gets over to King Zorn, and, he's by himself. And Zorn dismisses Beast, so the two of them are alone. And once they are alone, Captain Rogers like, you can come out now. And who should come out? Emma. Emma has been controlling Zorn. She's been ruling, all right? And basically, Cap is like, all right, you know what? We need to take care, settle all this. What you did is wrong. We need to come to an agreement so we can continue our peaceful treaties. And she's like, oh, sure, yeah, agreed. But, you have, some moles in your ranks, some people that are causing problems. And so she, reveals the people that are giving the issues, and he's like, okay. Steve's like, I will deal with this. All right, not a problem. So they make their peace and they head out. But Emma's like, oh, always so smug, Captain Hydra, forcing mutants into a makeshift kingdom, trying to bar us from our inheritance. You think it's all under control. Just you wait. I'm full of surprises. Look what is in her hand, a fragment of the cosmic cube. Oh, well. Well, from there, it basically breaks into, news reports. Steve, he's basically, taking care of everything, and everybody's happy, and his polls are the highest they've ever been. Hydra Nation loves Steve Rogers. Come on, who wouldn't? Steve Rogers leading Hydra. I love it, don't you? So, the council meets again, and, Steve, with his words and his lectures and the things that he says, he basically goes on to saying, well, let me back it up, Madam Hydra's like, you are the supreme leader. You've always embodied Hydra's ideals. If something were to have happened to you, it's like, yes, it was a risk, but one I was willing to take in order to advance our shared goals. No one person can embody all that. Hydra is not even the supreme leader. All of us must know our place and serve, loyal and humbly. Look at those last two people there. He's got a plan up his sleeve, right? And as we see in here, he finishes off his speech with, or be destroyed for the betterment of the nation. So it looks like he's going to be taking a couple people out. I can't wait to see what's going to go on with this. This is a really, really great read. Jim Zub, he writes really well, and it shows within this issue. Highly recommend reading it if you haven't already. If not, just keep following along these YouTube videos, and we're going to go through everything for Secret Empire, so you will get all the cliffhanger notes. You will know everything that's going on. The most important thing for you to remember, though, is Hail Hydra. Cut off one head, two more shall take its place.